Okay, let's start.
We starting.
I'll
Hey
be in a good
girl.
mood today.
Hey girl.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the I Hate Your Opinion podcast. As you can see, we're in a good mood today. And we're coincidentally matching.
Check out the light gray.
Okay. Let's just clarify, okay? Me and Philip are some very good friends, okay? And I know last episode, I feel like it low-key sent, at least for me, it sent me into like a spiral. Let's show them that we're friends. Let's go like this.
I don't know which way to do it. Is
In
it
the
like
camera.
this?
I know, just do both. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, last week was a bit hectic. I was like low-key kind of sick, and then all that stuff happened. I felt really guilty, but I was also very angry. So a bit of a whirlwind. But we're here to say the channel will continue to go, and we have reconciled. After that episode, I feel like things were still kind of unresolved. So then me and Philip had like a 3-hour long conversation on Discord. You know, I looked at my screen time for that day on Discord. My Discord screen time was 5 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy. But yeah, so we kind of debriefed on our own, but we just wanted to offer a really quick debrief in terms of what happened. Like maybe missed points. I don't know. And we don't want this to turn into like a further clarifying episode. And I don't want to point fingers at each other again. And I was actually telling my life group today, we go over our rose, bud, and thorn, which is a rose is like something good that happened. You know what I'm talking about, right, Philip?
Yes.
Something good that happened is your rose, something bad that happened was your thorn, and then something that you're looking forward to is your bud. And so part of my thorn was that I was like really sick the past week. I just felt really nauseous. It wasn't any contagious. I was like super nauseous, and I just kept burping and farting. It was so weird. Everyone keeps saying that it's normal, but I know it was way more than normal. But then also the other bad thing that happened was fighting with Philip. And I know, like, after we had recorded it, we were, like, laughing and talking about it. But low-key kind of stuck with me. And it definitely did stick with me for a couple reasons. I think because while I was super heated during the episode, I couldn't think very clearly. And I'm sure, like, Philip, maybe you feel the same way. But, like, I missed a lot of, like, things. Like, if I had just stopped to, like, reflect a little, like, why I felt so, like, upset, maybe it would have been more clarifying. Like, there's just a lot of things I did not say, and I was just choosing to be annoyed and lash out. And then after that, I felt, like, kind of sad. I felt very ashamed, and I felt guilty, and also, like, honestly a little embarrassed, because I found out, like, a lot more of our friends were listening to that episode. Maybe it was like a marketing tactic that we were like, oh, it was a nasty fight. But like
that's our second highest viewed episode of our podcast.
I know.
Despite us being in a downtrend of viewership, it was like whoop. Yeah. It's only beat out by our first episode. Isn't that crazy? That's pretty crazy, don't you think?
Yeah. But the fact that like so many people saw it, like I felt embarrassed kind of. Yeah. And I guess I'll start
I felt the same way. Like a couple days later, I started feeling a little bit embarrassed too. I was like, interesting. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
It was like, I think my main emotion post recording. I feel like this is like a post like movie filming like interview, you know. But after recording and after like having that long debrief, and I had like a day to like just think about it, I felt ashamed because watching back the episode, the bits that I did watch, I felt really bad that in the moment, I like watching myself, I can see that I was really my number one priority was protecting myself and making sure that I'm understood and I'm more on the right side. I'm more innocent, right? So I was like, I felt ashamed that I was more invested in myself than in like loving you as my friend. I know this is like a podcast about hating each other's opinions, but I think in the moment I definitely could have listened more, and I definitely should not have lashed out and just been angry in general. I was so heated. But yeah, I think I should have calmed down. I think in the future, like, I know what you're upset about. I seriously did not understand what you were talking about. That's why we kept saying, like, you're crazy, you're crazy. In the future, like, I'm gonna be better about, like, airing out my grievances before, you know, like, I'm the type of person to, like, keep it in. I don't want to be that kind of person to keep in, like, my grievances, but I know as friends, like, it's better to be transparent and be able to tell you things that bother me, even if it makes me, like, seem like a bad person or, like, you know? And so, yeah. I'm trying to look back on what I said I would do better on.
Well, I can offer some context first, Maddie. How about that?
Yeah, I don't want to offer the context because I don't want to sound like self-righteous. Or
Okay, I'll do it for you. So like basically like right before we recorded, or like we said, oh, we're gonna record it at like 10 p.m. Eastern time or whatever, and then so our whole fight over the AI thing happened like, I don't know, like 30 minutes before.
Like, it happened literally right before.
Yeah. So then over text, I was like, oh my gosh, like, I'm sorry. But it was only through text, right? And then, like, Maddie didn't respond for like 20 minutes. And then she responded, like, okay, like, I forgive you. All right, let's start recording the podcast. And so then I was like, okay, cool. And to be completely honest, at the time, I like was like, I didn't really understand why Maddie was so upset, because like for me it seemed like kind of like a minuscule thing. So I wasn't really interested in like being apologetic at that point. I was like, okay, we're gonna start the call and then we'll start talking. But what I did not do is I didn't apologize like through words when we had like a video screen on. Like I was like, okay, we're moving on, cool. So, from what I understand, Maddie was upset about that. She was upset that she didn't receive a face-to-face apology. She felt like she wasn't worth. She felt like me not doing that made her feel worthless, right? Yes. But for me, I was like, I just didn't really view what I did as like so bad that I didn't need to like. I basically attributed Maddie's hurt over the AI thing to her being irrational. I was like, oh, like, she just got, like, pretty upset, like, and it was a bit, like, over the top, but, like, okay, we'll get over it. And I didn't stop to ask her, like, why are you so upset about this? Which could have helped maybe prevent some misunderstanding. But, yeah, I perceived at the beginning of the episode Maddie was still upset, right? But I didn't know why. So my assumption is that she's upset because of the AI thing still, right? Even though she like says she forgives me. So that's why I was like kind of like, okay, like you said you forgive me, but like
I was just a liar. Like I think it just sounded like I was a freaking liar about forgiving you, which to me like they were separate. Like I forgave him, but then I think part of my bad mood, I didn't want to be like, why aren't you saying sorry to me? Like that sounds like so like entitled, right? And I don't like being that, but I think it definitely could have like clarified more things. If I was like, hey, like, can we talk about this before the camera turned on? But yeah, right when we started like video calling, it like went straight into the podcast, and then I thought he was gonna say something, and I was like, oh. So the reason why it upset me, I wasn't like, part of it is like kind of courtesy, right? Like maybe like say sorry, but also I was just like, it felt kind of bad that like something he did like hurt me, but like he didn't care enough to like. It felt like, obviously we were not on the same page, but like I wasn't like worth apologizing to, because like it was like my hurt isn't significant or whatever. But I think if I had said that in the beginning, I think we would have avoided a lot of conflict. And then moving on to my personal sins. Like I said, I lashed out. I was really angry. I let my bad mood get to me, which I don't want that to happen. And I think I was also one of our commenters commented this and pointed it out to me, but I definitely was very dismissive of what you were saying, and I was getting way more like I was getting really emotional, and when you were trying to explain your side of things, I was very like, no, you're crazy. That doesn't make any sense. And if that were me, I would probably not like to hear something like that. And I know that the way I express forgiveness is a point of contention. And I think we still don't agree on what that looks like. Or, but I think if we could have come to an agreement that we both understand what each other's point of view is, and then hashing it out, I think maybe that would have been more beneficial. And I also said, I think that was like a very explicit friend conflict, right? Like a conflict in our relationship as friends. And I think moving forward, like I saw it very much, like I said earlier, that it was like, it's me versus Philip, like one of us is gonna come out on the top. But instead, like any relationship, whether it's your parents, whether it's your significant other, your friends, it should always be you and your friend versus the problem, right? Obviously, maybe I let myself get a little bit more heated because I'm like, it's for the pod. But I don't think that was necessary. So yeah, and then I also felt a little ashamed that freaking 3-hour-long Discord message discussion, it wasn't so long, and I felt like I was like desperately trying to like defend myself, like I'm not a bad person, like, right? And that was also a little bit shameful for me, that I'm like, why am I so invested in like defending myself to these people I already know love me very much? It felt like I'm freaking like defendant on court, when that is definitely not the case, So, and then I also don't want to assume that Philip is thinking the same way as me, because I think I do that sometimes, even though it's very obvious we don't think the same. But yeah, am I missing anything? Anything I did not touch upon that you would like me to address?
No, I think that was good. I think for me personally, it was more like I need to, there was like a way I saw the AI situation that for me I was like making myself like, oh, it wasn't a big deal that I did. It was like a little mistake. But then like, I think I was like very convinced that like, this is how severe it is. It's not that severe. And then like, I wasn't really invested in like taking the time to see Maddie's side about that, or like, so that was like my main, for me, it was like my main reflection. Like, if I care, then I need to like not just assume that, oh yeah, this is only a problem because she's like overreacting. No, it's like I need to be like, why is she reacting this way? There must be a legitimate reason, right? Mm-hmm. So I think that was like my main takeaway. I did have something else to say, but I forgot.
Oh, dang it. Sorry. Dude, I told you to interrupt me.
It's okay. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Yeah, what did your friends think?
We got into an argument about that yesterday too. I'm dead. Obviously, like my closest friends, they like saw where I was coming from. Like they saw my point of view, like, or they shared it very easily. I don't think I asked too much. I should ask, because I feel like more people watched it than I thought. So I definitely need to ask them like what they thought, like post everything. I think the general consensus from our shared friends, and also like people, no, I think just our shared friends. I think the consensus is we're both valid, but we were both invalid at many points. So,
I see.
yeah, I think that's...
Yeah. Oh, I don't remember what I wanted to say. I think the best takeaway though is like, for me personally, like I was happy that it is like a minor problem, but I think like, or a minor in the grand scheme of things, it's a minor
Yeah, no, I
conflict,
agree.
right? But like I think of like so many conflicts that people have that would never get understood or resolved to this level, right? Like I feel like, okay,
Yeah.
yes, we spent a lot of time litigating this and like getting to the bottom of it,
A
like
lot
probably
of
like
time.
over 5 hours, right? like if you count the podcast and you count all the texts, we spent a
Yeah.
lot of time like arguing about this and getting other people's perspectives and stuff like that. But like afterwards, I feel like, oh, like I totally understand where she's coming from now. And I think
Yeah.
you kind of feel the same way. So I was like, wow,
Yeah.
even people who are so different, like we can understand each other. It takes a lot of effort and energy and time, but
Yeah.
it can
And I
be
think when
done.
you're
It's not
willing,
impossible.
when you're willing to put in the effort to understand. I know you mentioned like something that feels touching to you is when someone is willing to try and understand you when they don't initially understand.
Yes.
And I think like in a lot of like both relationships, friendships, like people are so stubborn or like unwilling to try and understand, like more than we think. Like friendships will just get cut off because, you know, you're not willing to try and see the other person's point of view even if you don't agree. And so, I mean, even though it was difficult, even though like I think good has come out of it, we I think moving forward we can like attack conflicts better, you know? And I hope our viewers can also maybe learn a little lesson, you know? Your emotions get the better of you, you know? And I think a good lesson is like, even though it was so terrible to go through, probably, like, if you're willing to figure it out, I think you can have a benefit from it. So, I think we both learned
Word.
and grew from it.
Word. Okay. Shall I move on?
Back to disagreeing. So, what should we disagree about today?
I don't know, Maddie. What should we disagree about today? How are your New Year's resolutions coming along?
Oh, well, last week, like I said, I was so nauseous. The story that happened, I don't know if I told you, but like on Monday, I felt like a little bit nauseous for some reason. And then I was like, but then in that moment, I was starting to feel nauseous. I was about to work out. Like, I just work out in my room. So I genuinely thought my body was making it up. Like, it was making up the nauseous feeling to be like, no, don't work out. You're nauseous. You can't work out. So I was like, oh yeah? Like, I'll show you. And so I worked out, like, really hard. And then after I finished, I was like, oh, I felt like double nauseous. Like, it was so bad. I couldn't shower. Like, I just, like, lay down on the floor, like, for the rest of the night. Like, I could not get up. Like, it felt so bad. And then, like, I thought when I woke up it would be fine, but I just was still nauseous. I felt like I was going to throw up at any point. I didn't even go to work. And then I kept burping and farting. More burping than farting, okay? But I just kept burping. If anyone wants to diagnose me, I was just like, what the heck is going on? So, in short, failing a little at my New Year's resolutions. I feel like I used that illness as an excuse to not exercise. Not exercising is okay. Like, I can always get back into it. But like I said, I'm doing like a Google certificate. And I just keep getting discouraged. And it just feels more and more like homework. But recently I came to an epiphany that, you know, if God has a new job in store for me, I shouldn't be impatient. And if it's meant to happen, then it will happen. And maybe it's not in my time. Maybe I think it's going to happen this year, but maybe it will happen next year or in 2 years. So I feel like I can have peace with that. And I'll just keep chugging along, you know?
Chug.
Yeah. So not great, but also habits take time. I can't just instantaneously be good at exercising or instantaneously be awesome at doing homework after I go to work every day. So, yeah. It was looking down, but it's kind of looking up now that I have a little bit of a new perspective.
Yeah.
Do you know that
Okay, for
song?
me, no. Stop there. Let me correct it.
I don't wanna. Okay, sorry, go on.
Um, yeah, that's a Panic at the Disco song. You know, I used to be a pretty big Panic at the Disco fan.
Oh, me too. Their
When I
songs
was like
sound so
when I was a
good.
sophomore in high school, I think, and then
Oh
I
wow.
got like kind of invested in their lore because you know their
Oh, there's
first
only one of
two,
them now.
yeah, their first two albums, like they had this other guy. I think his name is Ryan Ross, right?
Okay.
And then Ryan was actually the founder of Panic at the Disco, and then Brendan Urie like became like the front man, and like he has like an amazing voice, right?
Oh, he has a
But
beautiful
then
voice.
so Ryan was like the creative like mastermind, and he like wrote all the songs and stuff for the first two albums, and then but then like Brendan wanted to write songs too, but then Ryan wanted to be more of a front facing figure, right? Like he wanted to like sing, but like he was barely singing at all because Brendan was taking all the singing time. And so like I think that's why they had a fight and they split up. And then
But he got the rights to Panic at the Disco. Brendan Urie.
yeah, because Ryan wanted to go in like a complete different direction, and then Brandon wanted to
Oh,
keep
so
the name.
he was like, huh, keep it then, like that.
Yeah, I think so. And then I think Ryan regretted it later.
Oh, go! I would regret it too. Like, who the heck is Ryan? I know Panic
No,
at the Disco.
but for me, even though I like the New Perspective song, my favorite Panic at the Disco era is the first two albums, right? That's
Oh,
my
they have
favorite.
good songs.
Yeah, so like personally, I'm on Team Ryan because like I relate to
Okay.
him. Yeah,
I
not
see.
that creative. Not that Brennan isn't like a creative or like a respectable
His voice
musician.
is so great.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry. I know I interrupted you when you were talking about your resolutions. Did you want to talk about that still?
my resolutions. I so for me, 2026 has not started yet. It starts maybe not even tomorrow. It starts on Tuesday. That's how I feel.
Do
So
you have
I'm
tomorrow
not
off?
failing. No, I'm gonna go in to work.
Okay.
But I feel like yeah, I haven't failed any resolutions because it hasn't. The new year hasn't started yet. So we chilling. We
When
chilling.
people are like, "Oh, how are you doing on your resolutions?" You're like, "Haven't failed, haven't failed," but it's because you haven't started.
But I have not walked into the gym this year, this whole year. And I tried to go yesterday, but I forgot my gym closes early on the weekends. So I like was
Oh.
in my clothes. I had my hydro flask. I even took like electrolyte pills, and I was like, dun, 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 and then it was closed. And I was like, oh my gosh. Well, it is what it is.
I think what's important about like, not that I'm an expert on exercising or anything, just in terms of habits, I think if you're like physically capable of like dragging yourself there and like committing yourself to doing it that day, it's okay to skip, right? Or like not do it for a while. Like if you're perfectly capable of going back and getting back into the grind, like I think you're golden. But then I think if you're the kind of person where you'll slowly and slowly like devolve and you like the less you go, the less you'll want to go, then maybe that's the kind of person that needs to be forced into the gym, you know?
You have
Do
to
you know
break out
saying?
of the vicious cycle. Yeah, so actually I feel that way because okay, so like at the worst of my moods, all right, maybe we could even say the bad word that starts with D, depression, right? So I would self-diagnose myself. I've never been diagnosed with mental illness, but then like I would self-diagnose myself by how hard it is to go to the gym. So like I
I
remember,
think I remember you saying something
yeah.
like that.
So I would go to the gym because this is like for me my feeling was like okay, I'm not going to the gym to look good. I'm doing it to like feel better, right? But then I would go and then I would lay down on the leg press machine and then I would just like
Fall
not even do
asleep.
anything. Yeah, I would just like lay
Oh, you
there.
told me about that.
Yeah. And so then I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot bring myself to do anything. So, but to be fair, maybe I shouldn't have been on the leg press machine. Maybe I should have went to the bicep machine because like that's like much easier to do. Like imagine trying to force yourself to do leg presses when you're like feeling lazy. Like that's
Doesn't
a
it
lot
have
of
leg
exertion.
presses?
So maybe I should have just walked to the treadmill.
Like if
Maybe
you're gonna
maybe
zone out on the treadmill.
yeah, like of course I'm not gonna if I'm not in the mood, of course I'm not gonna do leg presses. Like that's so draining, you know? Like but Yeah, I don't feel like that right now. I feel like I'm like kind of coasting. I feel like pretty. I don't feel like I need the gym to like feel better about my life, you know. So
I think when you like
yeah,
feel like you desperately need it, you're less inclined to want to go. You know?
yeah, yeah.
Dude, you
Um,
know how we've been keeping each other accountable like by doing this podcast like quite regularly, I would say, besides our break.
mhm, yeah.
Do you like if we lived like near each other, like if you lived back home, like do you think what if you were like going to the gym today and like we would go and do it? Cuz I feel like we're so capable of keeping each other accountable like this, you know?
You
Do you
would be
think
my workout
it would
buddy.
work? Yeah, we would go and be like, we have to do it because we're trying to lose weight.
What do you think about workout buddies, Maddie? Do you think workout buddies can be platonic?
What? Of course they're. What the heck are you
Okay,
saying?
I mean, if I ask can be platonic, of course they can be. But then if you hear your
Shouldn't they?
friend
Shouldn't they be platonic?
workout buddies,
Yeah, you're just going to work out. You're not kissing on the machines. Like, what are you talking about?
but like imagine you heard one of your friends was like, "Oh, I'm getting like my friend who's a guy is taking me to work out." Like, wouldn't she be like,
Of course I
very
would be
interesting, very
Of
interesting.
course I would be but like, girl, if it's you and me, come on now. We're gonna look at each other. This is what our routine would be. We would go to the gym. We would look at each other and be like, "You're fat. Get in the gym," and then we go into the gym and work out.
Yeah,
I think that would
but
work because I would feel a little bit of competition. If he starts giving up early, I'm gonna be like, "Huh, I'm better."
I see, I see. Mm, yeah, I remember way, way, way back in the day, in my very first college relationship. I remember like we were like in the very beginning stages, like we would go to the gym together. Isn't that interesting? And then,
Is that? I mean, it sounds like it's a thing, right? It's
yeah,
a
you know
thing that
why?
people do.
You know why? It's because of pheromones. Because when you go to the gym and you start
'Cause when you're
sweating,
sweating,
yeah, and
ew,
then
that
your
sounds
pheromones
nasty.
come out, and then it makes the other person animalistic.
Okay, but to be fair, it's like if I'm going,
They turn feral.
okay, but to be fair, it's like if I like had a crush on the guy, I wouldn't want to go to the gym with him because I'm like so nasty and sweaty. I don't have cute gym clothes. Like I'm just like going up there in my freaking pajamas. That's so embarrassing. I would not want to do that. Maybe for some girls it's like you get all cute to the gym, you get a high pony and the matching set, you know? But it's like if I'm there, girl, I'm sweating buckets and I'm not letting anybody I have a crush on see me like that.
Yeah.
So you can rest assured, like if we were workout buddies,
Wait, what did you say? I missed that. What'd you say?
rest assured, if we were workout buddies, yeah, don't worry, okay?
Oh yeah, I'm not worried about that. But I don't know. Like I believe in that stuff, kind of. You know Dennis
No, it
Rodman?
makes sense.
Have you heard of Dennis Rodman? He's a player, basketball player on the '96 Bulls. You know the '96 Bulls,
No, you keep
but
asking me things. Think about it before you ask. Think about if I would know.
have you heard of Michael Jordan?
Yes, I've heard.
Okay, so Michael Jordan was on the Bulls. He won 6 championships, right?
Okay,
But it was like he won 3 championships and then he like took a break and then he won another 3. And Dennis
he's like, I'm
Rodman
back. Okay,
was on the latter 3 championship winning years.
okay.
Okay, but he was an enigma of a man. Like he always dyed his hair different colors. He was always like partying. He was always doing crazy stuff. He married himself actually. You should watch The Last Dance. It's a very interesting documentary. But he married
He like
himself.
seriously married himself, or was it like figuratively?
It was to promote his book, but he was the bride. He wore a wedding dress.
Interesting. Dude,
But
Dennis Rodman sounds like the name of like someone I would hire as my electrician.
okay.
He sounds very regular schmegular.
But I don't know. He's really a guy that like drew me in. Like I was like, wow, I really like this guy. When I was watching the documentary about him, and guess what? Many women felt the same way. They were also very drawn to Dennis Rodman. And what he would
Why?
do, because women love enigmas. Don't you know?
Don't be saying that women love you like that because I call you an enigma. That's crazy work, bro.
Wait. Okay, I hate to get sidetracked, but I don't want to bring this up. But then, there's like an enigma thing going on with Jeffrey Epstein and Trump. Have you heard about that?
No.
Like, apparently Trump wrote a handwritten letter to Jeffrey Epstein. He was like, enigmas never age.
I think I
or
saw
something.
that.
Yeah, or something about enigma.
Oh no, I'm
So
so
maybe
sorry,
I don't.
Phillip.
But yeah, I'm not
so
Jeffrey
sorry.
Epstein. We have a different friend that is a little bit more like that. Okay, that was a joke. That was a joke. Okay, let me get back to the point. All right. So what Dennis Rodman would do?
My technician.
Yeah, he would play the basketball game, and then he'd go straight to the club without showering. And then all the women there were like, like they're feral because of the pheromones.
They can smell the basketball sweat.
Yeah.
Is that like a hack? Like, guys, if you want to attract ladies at the club, hit the gym before you hit the club. Like.
So I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. But if I were trying to pull, like, yeah, maybe I would try to invite them to the gym to see if the pheromones would have any effect,
So like the MBTI trick, but this is the pheromone trick.
Maybe. Yeah.
You try it. Dude, imagine you're like, oh shit, like this is gonna work. You're like, I'm gonna hit the gym, I'm gonna be sweaty, I'm gonna be just like Dennis Rodman, hit the club. At the club, all the girls are like, ew, why does that guy stink?
Wait, that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, Maddie, there's so much misinformation on Instagram, but I keep on seeing on Instagram, like, Korean people don't smell bad. Do you see that post? Like, that Korean people don't have.
Are you talking about BO?
Yeah, body odor.
No, it's true. Like, East Asian people, at least I think, don't have, like, BO. Like, I've never used deodorant in my life.
I use deodorant. I smell bad if I'm like. But here's the thing. If I'm exercising, I feel like I don't smell bad. But if I'm like in my room and just like doing nothing all day, that's when I smell bad. Isn't that weird?
No, I don't. Like, I don't smell. Like, I think if like I worked out and then you sniffed my hair, like it would smell like sweat. But I don't. Like, I've never. I think it's because I've primarily grown up with Asian people, but like I've never smelled BO. Like, I've never had to, like, put deodorant on my armpits or anything.
Really?
Or even, like, wear perfume to, like, mask the smell. Because I know even when I sweat and, like, I work out, like, I could just, like, stand around a little for 30 minutes and the sweat will be all dried up. And, like, I don't smell. But I know, like, other people, like, they have to put on deodorant, like, every day. Keep it in their purse or whatever.
I put on deodorant every day.
The other thing about East Asian people, like, the dry earwax.
What is that?
Like, our earwax is dry, but I guess not normal people, but everyone else has wet earwax.
Ew.
Did you know that?
That's
Did you not know that?
No.
One time, you know kibibyo?
No.
Like, wait, let me show. This. You see?
Yeah.
The ear pick.
Mm-hmm.
Long time ago, I had a non-East Asian boyfriend, and I was like, oh, I want to like pick your ear because I love like I would pick my sister's ear or whatever.
Ew.
No, but my mom would do that to me when I was little, like because we would have like blockages, so she would clean out our ears, right? So I was like, oh, I want to try like doing something. Oh my gosh, I didn't know. I didn't know about wet earwax. Like that's why Q-tips exist, Phillip. Do you know?
Really?
Do you know that? That's why, because Q-tips will soak it up. But that's why Korean people, like, we have ear pick. Because you have to scrape out the dry parts. So I did kibibyo, like, I did it with my pick. But it, like, clogged his ear because it was wet. And I was like, what is this? What is this? And then that's when I found out, like, everybody has wet earwax. Except for, like, East Asian people. I think even Southeast Asian people have wet earwax. Isn't that so grody? I'm so sorry to everybody, but like, that's why Q-tips exist.
I don't know if my life is better after hearing this, Maddie. I think, let me just forget what you said because
it's like really, orange.
I don't really like that.
But that's why I feel like we're so blessed to have dry earwax. Cause just scrape it
I think
out.
so.
Yeah.
But I think the problem with having dry earwax, and my mom used to also clear it out, is that it just feels so freaking good when you get a big clunk out, right?
Yes.
And so like I became addicted to it. Like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get this big clump. But it's not actually good for you to stick a stick down your ear, right? So one time
Yeah,
I
not
was
too
doing it and
deep.
I like hurt myself.
Aw.
Yeah.
Dude, I think this is gonna be our lowest rated episode because there's no fighting. I think we need to start fighting. We should stage a fight, but you'll never know when it happens. You know?
Manufactured fighting.
Yeah.
What do we fight about, Patty? What do we fight about, huh? Huh?
I don't know. It's just
Should I start picking on you?
no. Like after last episode, like I'm trying. Like I feel very like adverse to like fighting or anything close to that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What have I disliked about you a lot? I think you can start picking on me. Honestly, I wouldn't mind. I feel like I pick on you more than you pick on me. Like I definitely said so many things like I don't like this about you, blah 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 to your face. But I don't really remember you ever saying that about me until recently, of course. I know you don't like my backseat driving. And that's
Yeah.
fair.
Well, Maddie, what if I just don't dislike anything about you? What if I
a
secretly
lie.
like you? What if I secretly
No,
was in love
that's a
with
lie.
you? How would you feel about that?
I would think you're like literally crazy, like you're like a masochist or something. That's like crazy.
Okay, well then, Maddie, why don't you talk about the type of guy it takes to be in love with you? Like, do they just have to be delusional? Like, what kind of guy would like you? Do you think?
I feel like wait, you know what's actually crazy? I was like
What?
I had a very brief thought that's exactly like that on my drive home.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like a lot of my friends have significant others now. Like a lot.
Not all of them.
Something else. Okay, not you. I was thinking about it. But like the reason why the thought was so short lived was because I genuinely don't know. Like I kind of just like gave up. I'm like I don't really know, and it's not that like I feel like I have a general idea. I think it, but I don't even know if someone like this exists. Which I think like it sounds sad. Like nobody likes me. Like I wouldn't like them. That's not what I'm saying.
He needs to find me
I think it
funny.
I don't
That's what you
even.
would say.
I think that's important. I think we should be able to like banter. He doesn't have to think I'm that funny. Like I like when my sister doesn't think I'm funny, and I just like mess with her, you know. But when I think about what kind of person I would have to be like that would be compatible with me, probably to be patient and like willing to put up with my antics. But I keep thinking of it in terms of like what are my bad qualities and what would someone have to put up with, you know?
So do you
What
want to
kind
be
of
with
person
someone
would
that
like me?
do you want to be with someone that you argue with a lot, or someone who just like accepts you?
I think I want someone who's able to like be patient with me because when I do argue, I don't want someone who just accepts everything because I think it's like, okay, bro, you have no brain. You have no like character or like no sense of self. But I think I would want them to argue but like be able to like control like me and be able to turn the discussion around into instead of like pouring like fuel into the flame but more like taming it, right? Like someone who is really patient with me or knows me well enough to like tell me what I need to hear or like what calms me down. Yeah, I don't know. They probably would have to be very opposite of me, I think. In terms of what kind of person would like me, I feel like someone who likes like bright, energetic people with a lot of energy, like outgoing. Because I think like I have a lot of energy sometimes. And I know to some people, including some of our friends, it's a bit tiring to be around, which I understand. So probably somebody like that. I don't really know. What do you think, like, because I feel like for my friends, I can tell, like, being like a third person perspective, like, I can tell, like, what kind of person would match them. So I think I just can't do that for myself. What kind of person do you think would match me?
A person that would match you.
Like knowing all my faults and like all like a lot of my bad parts and a lot of like what I like and what I'm interested in, what I don't like. Maybe you know that, maybe you don't. What do you think?
I have not seen you like someone, Maddie. So it's like kind of interesting. It's kind
No,
of
that's true. I think
interesting.
it's like the
Yeah.
same for you. Like I've never seen you in like a relationship, you know?
Yeah. But I don't know. Like I definitely I feel like with the men you've like met up to this point that I've known you, like that you've like gone on dates with, you just seem very unimpressed with them. That's my like feeling, right?
But to be
And
fair, it was from Hinge, so it's like I don't think you'd be impressed from the beginning. You can't have like a
really?
high bar for it, yeah.
I don't know. I was on Hinge for a week.
But that's different for guys to girls, like girls for guys. I think.
No. Anyhow. I do think
That's a very good description of what I was like. I was very unimpressed.
yeah, you're quite unimpressed. So definitely someone that you think is funny would be a big one, right? I think if you found them funny, you would be like, oh,
No,
okay.
I think funny people are so attractive. Like seriously, like just drawing me in. Like not even just being like straight up like he can crack a good joke, but like being like witty and clever, like really like being able to like pick up on
But,
scenarios.
Maddie, I need
feel
to-
like so many of my friends are like that, so that's why
I have a qualm
for these people.
with
You
you
have a
and your
qualm.
funniness. Because I remember one time I was like, I just said because I had to fart. I said, I have to fart. I just said that out loud, and Maddie was like, so, wait, Maddie, I just have to fart. And she's like, oh, she just thought it was so funny. I was like, okay,
Well,
if this
it
is the
was
type of
funny.
humor that Maddie likes, then I am like kind of.
Okay, I think
I
it's
don't know
just
what to
funny
say.
that it was so all of a sudden. I like it was definitely the context. Like, I
You
think
said it was
it's-
because it was
let's be-
random.
Like, let's just be clear. Fart jokes, fart mentions. Come on, guys, they're funny. They're funny, you know.
They're not funny. They're not funny.
I feel like I have a very like absurdist like humor. So anything that like makes too much sense, I don't really know. I can't describe it. Like I love like funny hypothetical situations. I'm like cracking up thinking about some like me and dude. I have so many A friends that start with the letter A. All of my girl A friends like we love hilarious like hypothetical situations like taken like to the extreme. That's how I would describe it. So I feel like being able to like pick up on stuff like that is like funny. Like being able to be witty and like build on it. Like I think yeah, people who are like able to like pick up on situations are funny. Like they don't have to genuinely be funny. Like funny in a very standard sense, but if they're witty, I think it's good. And I'm very attracted to those people. Yeah, there's a YouTuber and he like trolls people like in video games. And like you never see his face, but looking I was like so attracted because it was so funny. Do you know the Hear Me Out cake? Do you remember when that was going around?
I
Wait,
know
I'm
the
very
hear me
low.
out cake.
Yes. He was on my Hear Me Out cake.
Interesting.
So funny. So I agree. That's a very astute observation, even though I've told you multiple times that I like funny people.
Yeah, but like for me, like I'm so funny. I think I'm so funny.
I don't think Ooh, agree to disagree. Why do you think
Yeah.
you're funny? Like, what do you think is so hilarious?
I think I'm witty. Like something that someone mentioned earlier in the conversation. I'm so like, yeah, take it. I bring it back. I flip it sunny side up. Showing you dimension.
I mean,
to
I think
it.
we've definitely had moments of like funny, of where we're cracking up, you know?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that like at no point was I like, oh dang, like he's like a level above me. I'll just say it like that. If anything, maybe we're equal or you're a little below me. That's how I viewed it in terms of my scale. Okay.
I think that's fair. I wouldn't confidently say I'm funnier than Maddie either because I know people find you funny. People find you fun, you know. Fun.
That's a good point. Yeah.
And then
I
like
think,
fun can become funny too, you know.
yeah. I think also the way I just like present myself or like the way I act, like my gestures and like my tone of voice, whatever, people like will just laugh at it. And if someone laughs at me, like that's completely fine too. Because I put myself in situations like that. But yeah, I mean, when I just think about like what kind of guy would like me, I just think about the things he can't be. Like if he's also an impatient, argumentative person, it's probably not gonna work. If he likes his quiet, his quiet silence, I'm probably not for him, you know? But other than that, like...
But Maddie, I think you attract beta fishes, like beta men. That's what I think. Because of your tendency to like put people in their place. Like, bam, bam, like, sit back down, you fool. I feel like guys who like that...
I want to be taken care of. I don't want to... Maybe I should stop doing that. Maybe I need to seem more like innocent and and incapable.
Yeah, but it's like
Crazy.
I don't know. I kind of feel like you're at risk of just attracting the beta men, right? And then some of the like someone who's not beta, if you try to do this thing at them, like they might be turned off by it. You know, like what the heck? Like you have to find like the middle ground where like they understand. And they can accept criticism, but they can also like stand up for themselves too, you know.
No, exactly. Like
yeah,
someone, I've said this before, and I like people who like care about me and want to take care of me, but they're also very like receptive to help and love and care, right? Like, for example, like my dad, he's a very like, oh, I need to provide, right? I need to take care of my daughter. So sometimes like I'll be like, Dad, like let me drive you, let me take you here, like let me buy you dinner or whatever. He'll be like, no, like I'm still your dad, like I will always take care of you, blah blah blah. And Loki, it annoys me so bad. I'm like, can't you just accept my love, right? Like, could you just take it a little? So yeah, someone who's just like a balance. Like, oh, of course I like taking care of. Of course I like being babied a little bit. But I also like taking care of other people. Like that's just the type 2 in me, okay? So yeah. And at this point in my life, I genuinely don't know. And maybe that's a sign for me to start seeing new people. #Hinge challenge. Just kidding, I've never done that.
Oh, interesting.
I keep thinking about Brian, like,
Dang it, Maddie, I have to edit that now. Jeez.
I know, I'm sorry. I can edit it. I know it's late for you guys, so I can do it if you want.
I'll do it.
And I don't have to go to work tomorrow.
Okay, you do it.
Okay. I'll write that down. 48 minutes. 48-minute mark. What was I saying? Oh yeah, no, I'm never going on Hinge ever again. Stupid. It's just kind of too much for me. I'm just banking on God sending me somebody. Because I would be willing to put in work for it, but it just seems kind of hopeless out here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Phillip, what would you do if someone, like, I guess you can't really DM our podcast, our channel, but if someone commented, they're like, oh, low-key, Phillip is such a catch, like, is there any way I can get your number? Well, how would that make you feel? Given it, you can guarantee it's a girl, not some troll. Like, if some really seriously random stranger, nameless, faceless, random stranger, but purely from watching our videos, what would that make you think or feel?
It's my time. It's my time. The plan is working. This is why I started the pod.
Would you just take it as a compliment, or would you be like, hey girl, like...
I would be curious about like who this person is. Like, why have you taken an interest in me? What's going on in your mind? What about me caught your eye? But like low key, I feel like there's a bigger chance that someone would do that for me than for you.
What?
Because yeah.
Rude. Continue. Explain. Please explain.
Because I feel like girls are into guys who talk about their emotions, right?
Oh, that's
But then
very true.
guys are like, girls are so emotional. I don't want to deal with that. You know, I think that's like the stereotype. But
That's true. I come up very. We talk about our emotions a lot, so the
yeah, like what else is there to
likelihood is in your
discuss?
favor.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't really know. I would feel it
What
would
would you do if
depend on
someone
the person.
hit on you in the street? Completely random. I thought you were cute. But what if they didn't ask for your number? You're like, hey, just let you know, you look cute today or something. Would you be like, you want my number or what? Like, what would you say?
I mean, in that case, I can see them, right? So I could be like, oh
You
yeah.
can lift them up and down and
Oh,
be like,
yeah, girl.
no thanks.
I accept the compliment because I accept the complimenter. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Have you ever said that to somebody in the street? Oh, you're so cute.
I've told like girls like, oh my gosh, your top is so cute, or I love your hair, like your nails are so cute, or something like that.
Mm.
But other than that, nah. Like I've like thought people were cute, like if I saw them, but then I'd be like, LOL, what if I said that? But then I would never do that because it's like I don't know this person. I'm not gonna glaze somebody I don't know. What if he has like a giant ego and I'm just feeding it into it? Then I would feel like I did a disservice to humanity.
True. True. Yeah, I don't know if that's ever happened to me. So, it is what it is. But yeah, I've told girls that they look good.
Like
But
random girls.
not random girls. Like usually I'm friends with them. And then it gives them the wrong idea. Just kidding.
Or are they like, thanks, buddy?
I don't know. I think it can give them the wrong idea.
Yeah, I think from a guy you could give the wrong idea.
So maybe I'll stop doing that. Not that I
You
do.
What, you doing it every like a few times every week or what?
It's in my bag. Yeah. Yeah, Maddie, what do you think? What type of girl would be attracted to me?
I feel like I've said before, I genuinely don't know. I mean, that's true. One of my friends, when we were talking about what you bring to the table, classic pod question, she said that like you are very like vulnerable and like willing to like talk about your emotions, and I think more men than you think lack that capability. And on top of you being very vulnerable and like being able to just talk about your emotions like flat out, like you're also like open to hearing like the bad of other people, which is what you've said previously. So I mean, I think like
Did I tell you
it's
why
kind-
I think?
it's kind of the bare minimum, but what I want to know.
Did I tell you why I think I'm able to do that? I feel like I told somebody, but I don't remember who.
It's because you think you're so diabolical that you're okay with anything you ever hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you said it on the podcast sometime.
Yeah.
I don't think you're as diabolical as you think. I think you just see yourself that way. So anything that anyone says is like whatever to you. The type of girl that would be into you, I think someone who admires that part of you. I know that one of our friends have also said he admires your creative, like, not tendencies, but like your creative outlets. Like, and then I thought about it too, and I was like, oh wow, like that is true. Like even if I say like I want to start drawing or something, like I never do it. But like you've worked hard on like your screenplays and you've like done this like you even though like you haven't established like a firm habit of doing that or like making creative things, I think it's admirable that you do it, you know? Maybe it's just an outlet for you, but I think that's more than most people do when they feel like they want to be creative and they're not actually in a creative like career or scene. So maybe someone who's also attracted
Yeah.
to
I'm having
the
trouble
drawing
being
board.
creative this year. I
It's
feel
only
like
begun
yeah, it hasn't begun yet technically, but
on your calendar.
yeah. I feel unfortunately I haven't found the drive to be creative when I'm just feeling okay.
That's like you with the gym.
Yeah. It's like damn, like do I really need to sink low to like get all this like
Okay, you know
stuff?
what though?
Yeah.
That's like kind of fair. When
Yeah.
COVID hit and I had to go back home and I was so sad about being like stuck up in home, I would draw every single day.
Mhm.
But yeah, well, that makes sense. In terms of personality, I think someone who does find you funny would be attracted to you. I don't know who that is. I don't know if she exists. But like maybe someone who enjoys like your silly nature, but like your willingness to be vulnerable. Someone whether they're more quiet or loud, I would say on the more quiet side.
Interesting. And it's like it has to be a girl that's into like
Oh,
girly
and someone
boys.
also who takes care of you.
That's good.
Someone who takes care of you, not who needs like princess treatment or needs to be babied.
Yeah. Sounds like a nice list. Sounds like a good
Yeah,
person.
you're welcome.
Yeah.
It was like a thinly veiled glaze. You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Thank you. You glazed me, low key. And
You didn't glaze
this is
me.
I'm just gonna mention this because it was on the list. But Maddie is my only friend that has introduced me to her friends.
Not in a weird way, not in like a that kind of way, but yes, my female friends have met Philip.
That's why I love Maddie. Cause she gives me a chance. Even though she doesn't see
I'm not giving
what I
you the
bring to the
chance
table,
explicitly, okay?
she's like, you know what? Give it a shot. Give it a shot. I have other
Okay.
female friends that are like, no way. They like gatekeep their friends, you know? Like, not happening.
Well,
We're
it's
not a
because I
good
consider
fit.
you like a good friend. So I wouldn't mind if you met my female friends, but like who have you met? Anyways. But okay, what about you? Where are my suitors? Come on, Philip.
Your friends, people I would introduce you to. It's hard. It's hard.
Why? Because you only have female friends? Oh, so rude.
Mm. Well, I tried. I tried to introduce you to one friend, but unfortunately, that ship has sailed, and he is, I think, engaged with someone else now.
Dang! Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
congratulations to him. That's what
they
I'm
be
telling you,
moving
dude.
fast. Yeah,
It's my blessing. Remember my strange pattern?
yeah. I also have a
Congratulations
strange
to him.
pattern. I also bless people,
Do you?
right? I think I do.
Oh, okay. That's funny. Anyways. We're coming up on an hour in a couple minutes.
Yeah. Should we just
But
make it a short episode, Maddie?
I feel like no one's gonna listen. Maybe the
Yeah.
first part was juicy when we like apologize and stuff. Oh, that's true. Let's close out with something good this time, okay?
Okay.
Even though I think last episode we did close it out well. It was fine. But yeah, I just want to express my appreciation for Philip as a friend that I've definitely gone closer to throughout these podcast episodes. Definitely I think if we like had not like genuinely we call each other an hour a week. That's kind of a lot, right? Especially for like
It
long
is.
distance friends. And I feel like I've learned so much about you, and I consider like starting this stupid podcast a blessing, and I feel like it helps our relationship grow. And I feel like we'll honestly be friends forever. And
Wow.
I really care about you, which is why I think it like agonized me so bad to like realize how I treated you. So I'm really sorry about that. And I know you've forgiven me, and I forgive you for all that. Full forgiveness. You can have your trust back too. But yes, I love you a lot, and I care about you, and I appreciate you. Even when I don't understand you, I'm willing to
It's too much, Maddie. I
try
can't
to
take
meet
all
you
this
where you are.
glaze right now.
It's
I
not
can't
glaze.
take
It's
it.
words of affirmation, okay?
I can't take it.
And
It's
you
too
know,
much. I'm drowning.
you know, I like to give words of affirmation. Like I need to make it very clear what I'm feeling and what I'm thinking, okay? I appreciate you. I appreciate your friendship in spite of the conflict. And I look forward to what our friendship has in store and where this podcast goes and being friends for a long time. So I'm really grateful for you. I'm not setting this up where you have to say something equally as dramatic, but I just wanted to leave it on a good note. And I think it's also for me, I have to remind myself how much I care about you, to offset the times where I do get frustrated or annoyed.
It's too much.
Do those words mean anything to you, do you think?
It's too much
Does
for
it
me
sound
to
like
take.
I'm lying?
No. It doesn't sound like you're lying, but
But every word I'm saying is very true.
it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. I can't take it all at once. If you spread it out over the course of a week, I could like appreciate it better.
No, it has
But-
to all come at once for a big impact. I feel like I do this for a lot of my friends. I say, I appreciate you so
okay.
much. I appreciate
Well, Maddie, I am very appreciative of your words, and I think the impact is like too big that I haven't even like felt it hit yet. But
It's like an
But-
asteroid.
yeah, I also appreciate you, and I also appreciate the podcast, and I do think we'll be friends forever. And I'll spread out my other words through the rest of the week. How about that?
Okay.
Okay.
It's too brutal.
Yeah, too much.
Okay. Well, this has been I Don't Hate You.
I hate your opinion. Bye.